Hey, this is Till, and I'm sitting here with Steven Drost
Hi there.
from now Edinburgh, from Stipso, the company behind a super sexy new tool for content marketing for visualization of data. So, Steven, before we go into your tool and your current business and software, I would like to know, how did you come to this topic? So what's your story in a brief?
Sure. Well, professionally, I started working in market research quite a long time ago, in 1999. I was a research consultant, and then I focused on data collection in a time when most data collection was done over the phone or in person. I then grew towards doing things online, so online panel management, etc. So I did that. I then left London, went to Barcelona, set up a company there doing data collection. Did that for about 8 years. And towards the end, just really thought that data collection in general was really being disrupted, and that there should be a better way of doing it, and that online panels weren't quite right, and that there should just be a better way of collecting data and looking at data and communicating data. So that's where the idea for Stipso started.
Okay, interesting. So data collection for me sounds always like Google Forms, so SurveyMonkey, Wufoo, and also the professional tools used by large data research companies.
Exactly.
Where does Stipso fit in?
Well, we're trying to do two things. I guess from a vision perspective, we're really about democratizing data. So all of those tools like SurveyMonkey, etc., they have made it easy for people to set up their own surveys, but they still kind of treat people who respond as respondents. And we think that we live in a world now where people are not really respondents, they're more data users, and people are becoming more and more aware of the data footprint they leave behind and what they can do with it and what the value is, and that they want to see what other people think about the same things they're asked, and etc. So really, we're about using data not just for research purposes, but for mostly marketing purposes, because we think that there's a lot of value and that data can be used as content per se. So that's the big idea, changing people from respondents to data users and using that data not just within a research, but also within a marketing context. And we do two things, which is basically mashing up infographics with surveys. And the reason we do that is that infographics are really popular and nice, and they communicate well, and they're interesting, they're highly shareable. There's a in-your-face value if you look at them. And surveys are kind of boring and kind of painful to sort of take part in. So we're trying to make the survey part invisible and make the infographic part stand out. So what we do basically is make infographics that don't just display data, but can also collect data.
Okay, so this is really a unique feature that I haven't seen ever before. Is it hard to put together in software?
Well, building the product's really hard, but the product itself should be really easy to use. So we just launched yesterday in a kind of soft launch. We have spent a lot of time and effort in trying to make this tool as simple and easy to use as possible. I'll show you later on how you can use it. But once you start creating an infographic like that, that's living and breathing, it can gather data. You can also embed lots of other different things on it. So you can put a YouTube clip in it. You can put different kinds of images, etc. But you can also, and this is a really important thing, interesting thing for marketing, I think, you can also embed things like, forms. So you can connect a call to action and say, hey, sign up to our newsletter, or you can make it into a quiz and ask questions and let people enter a competition, things like that.
But this sounds super complex, meaning that would be something that only a developer could do.
Yeah, so doing that is quite complex if you don't have a tool. But we've brought different parts together. So the design piece, the writing of the questions, or the copy piece, and then finally the data caption piece. It's all basically in one tool. So we've tried to simplify it.
Awesome. You are now in Edinburgh and set up the team here. But really, before we go into the software, which I'm really excited about, can we have a look at your side and about your team?
Sure.
So this was the first thing I saw when I contacted you. So this is the team page. Just want to have a quick question on that. Who's Brian?
So Brian's my co-founder. We both met in Barcelona. Brian's background's in direct marketing, sales. Myself, as I said, was data collection. Both of us are not really technical co-founders, which can be difficult at times. We're very respectful of that tech part, and we've learned a lot. So basic coding and just understanding of how to build a product. We've got an awesome team. Ian Broadfoot is our lead developer, who's a multi-linguist guy, but specializing in Ruby. Ivana is our front end and UX designer, and we've got Donald Anderson, who's a recent graduate here from a university in Scotland and is also learning the ropes with Ruby.
Yeah, I've met all of these. You have a really powerful team here.
They're a great little team. Yeah.
I'm impressed. Small office, great team, perfect.
Thanks.
But so you are coming from a marketing data collection background, and you have a dedicated person to do marketing.
Yeah. So we think that. So we subscribe wholeheartedly to the whole sort of inbound marketing, content marketing philosophy. We're really impressed with companies like HubSpot and that whole philosophy and the new changes in SEO. So Marcus Kernahan, our content strategist, is a really, really important member of the team. We're really proud of the blog. So we keep a blog and we update it a lot. We create a lot of content and we talk about content creation a lot. Yeah, can have a look at the blog now.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, so
what you basically do is you market infographics through infographics.
Yeah, exactly. It's marketing content through content. Yeah, we talk a lot about content in general. We talk about infographics specifically, and again, we just think infographics can do so much more. And there are lots of little, or not so little as the case may be, interesting twists on infographics to make them more interactive, to make them do more. It's hard to productize that in a way that makes the output not very samey, and so we're working on that. It's hard to do, but it's a really interesting challenge. We really love it. So
yeah, so let's have a look how you solved it.
Sure.
So you have your login here.
So I'll just go
give us a demo.
Where we are. So this is my login area. I'll just give you a very quick sort of overview of what the different features are that we have. So you can basically add different questions, bits of text. So I'll just start off with a piece of text, and we've just got a rich text editor here where you can just add. So I've prepared some text here, and let's see, we'll just do an infographic about things to do in Sydney. So I can just copy and paste that, and then I can make the text bold, just the regular kind of stuff. Make it a little bit larger. I can use different fonts.
So you can upload own fonts as well?
Yeah, you can upload your own fonts, indeed. You can put a border around the text, etc., etc. So I'll just save that for the moment. And then the sort of metaphor, the UX metaphor, is always kind of cards on a canvas. So I can, whatever I do, I can just drag along. So I'll just put that up there. And then I can add a question. And I can just add question text. So again, I've just prepared something very...
Yeah, that's good.
Very basic.
What nationality was the architect of the Sydney Opera House?
Yeah. So this is an example that you can just see that this kind of question is like a quiz question. So you can make an infographic into a kind of quiz infographic and gather data. And the interest again would be that people could see what other people think, for example. So let's just go whatever. Dutch. And then I can go here.
Take German.
Danish. Yeah, and I can do German.
Yep.
Sure, why not?
Maybe we should go for that. Okay.
And so those are the different options, and I can add options. I can delete options again, and I can choose the question types. And again, so here I'll just choose a single choice question, and I can choose the output types. So it could be pie charts, donut charts, etc. I think donut chart would be quite cool. Maybe just leave that, and then I can go in and change the colors. So I could do that now. I'm not particularly great taste-wise with colors, so you could also go to say a site like Color Lovers, for example, and just choose some RGB values.
Okay, just copy and paste them. So
Just
it's
copy
basically
and paste them, yeah.
you enable people who are not designers, even not developers, to go the whole range here and make it look beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea. Just again, philosophically, tools always enable democratization and make things easier for people who are not experts. So there's no surprises there. The trick is to make the tool genuinely easy to use. So let's see, there's another thing. So the idea here was to create some colors that are kind of like a harbor,
Yeah.
So so I can just add those colors, and then I've got the different options. I can just save that.
And now you can drag it around and put it
Exactly. I can just drag and drop it. I can edit the text just as I've done there. I'll just not do that now, just for speed. But I can start to create questions like that, and I can go in and edit again. I can delete the questions. So this question type is the kind of example for a quiz. I can also choose a different question type. I can manipulate the different aspects, drag them around, resize them.
You put background images on there.
Yeah. I can show you how to do that. I can then also add an image. Yes.
So now we changed the picture.
Yeah.
Took a smaller one.
Yeah. So you can just add pictures and you can drag and drop them again. You can also add sharing buttons.
Yeah, I would love to see that because it's super important to have people actually share the URL of your infographics.
Yeah, so you can choose which kind. At the moment, we're just using just the basic ones, so Google Plus and Facebook and Twitter. So we think this is really cool because you can actually just drag them around and just decide where you want to put them on the infographic. So whatever, I'll just put it there for now. You can also, which is interesting, you can also embed code. So as I said before, you could put in, for example, MailChimp code.
Okay, that's interesting.
You can put in a HubSpot code or different things like that. So I've got some MailChimp code here, which is completely unstyled, but just as an example. So you can make it prettier and put some CSS on it. But like that.
I think it's a PDF. I don't know why it sometimes doesn't take it. Interesting. To do some cutting later on. Okay.
Yeah, and you can just add some code. This is from MailChimp, and again you can drag it, resize, and then you can style it. You can also add, importantly, code from Google. So you can
Google Analytics.
Yeah, add Google Analytics, and have your unique IDs to track it and to see how many visitors are coming to your infographic, etc.
Where they came from.
Yeah.
Also, what they did.
Yeah. So that's a really good question. I'll actually just go through the features, and I'll get to that in a second. So you can also upload fonts. Grid is just so you can snap the different items to a grid, and then finally you can preview. I'll show you that now, and you can see what it looks like. And this is an idea. Well, it's not beautiful, but with time you can make it beautiful. Yeah, and not much time at all.
The thing is, how much would a developer take time to do it?
Till the thing we're really happy about is, and we've tested this and we've worked with large agencies and marketing marketers. We're a lean startup. We've listened to the market. We've been out and spoken to people. So this would take, to make something like this with a developer and a designer, would take an agency, say, 10 days to 2 weeks, more or less. And you can do this in like maybe 2 or 3 hours to have something really nice. So yeah, it's a lot faster. But yeah, you can see where you've got your Facebook share here. You can add text into your list. You can finally.
Okay, now this is the feature, right? So people will contribute to your infographic. It's not just showing; it's also responding.
Yeah, exactly. So you can look at the data and then actually go on input and update in real time as people add data. So yeah, it's really about creating visual content that's interesting, adding words and topics to it, and then getting people to engage with it more by adding data and sharing, telling people what they're talking about. You can publish it. The publishing moment is basically just a link where you can embed it if you want. You can use an iframe. You can create a vanity URL for it. You can put it wherever you want. But that's the idea. So the tool as it stands is super basic at the moment, but we've got a roadmap that's year long, and we've got loads and loads of really big features coming up to make things more interesting.
So yeah, Steven, tell us a bit about the vision and the roadmap that you have ahead of you.
Okay, so the vision is really to create a tool that content marketers will just really have to use. Again, we think content marketing is just the future. Loads of content will have to be made, and it's taking two existing things, surveys and infographics, and making something better out of pushing them both together. So that's the vision, and by doing that, just enabling marketers to get more engagement and to get higher conversion rates, to just create more interesting and better content.
May I ask you a beginner's question?
Sure.
for people who are starting marketing their software?
Sure.
And marketing in general?
Sure.
Why is content marketing so important?
Oof, that's a good question. On the one hand, I feel like saying it doesn't even matter why it's so important. It just is, because it's just a lot to do with how Google sees SEO at the moment, which has really massively changed after Hummingbird. The old world of backlinking is just, and getting quick fixes with SEO is just really coming to an end. And SEO now is more about social, more about content, more about high quality content, more about co-created content. And that's just the Google tax, right? That's just how search works. But in general, I think that content is important because it's the way we will just navigate the web. The web will continue to eat the world, and we'll do more and more stuff online, and social recommendations and sharing things and creating things that will draw people into your funnel and make people aware of you are just going to become more and more important. And there's been a whole lot of web investment as well towards that. So if you look at companies like HubSpot, they're just going to grow, and they are. I mean, they're growing massively. And so managing content and getting return on investment on content is just going to be more and more important. We're only at the beginning, I think.
Yeah, that's what I see too. So many people are jumping on that. I wouldn't even say bandwagon, but so many agencies are focusing on content marketing now, helping people provide the things. And that's what you do in an automated fashion here.
Yeah.
I really like that tool, and I think it will become better and better over the time. So
yeah, that's the plan.
You have a big vision with it. I love it. Totally. So to give you a perspective of how we got in touch, I just emailed you by the webpage. Okay, we have a mutual friend or two mutual friends, but still, you're really approachable. You're here in a co-working space in Edinburgh, in the Tech Cube, right?
No, we're in Codebase.
Codebase.
Which is a kind of incubator/accelerator in Edinburgh, and it's basically the capital of startups in Scotland. So there's lots of cool companies here. Yeah, I am super approachable. So if anyone wants to come by and talk, no problem.
That's great. And if you want to check out the tool, it is stipso.com.
Stipso.com, yeah.
And you can purchase it. Is it now? Is it only for me for the demo and for the early beta testers, or when can everyone get access to that?
You can go. We can maybe show it on the website. Where are we here? You can request an invitation, and we will get back to you very soon. We are launching in cohorts, as is good practice. But yeah, so we will touch very, very soon. We've got 12 or so people, customers using it now, and hopefully that will grow.
That is good. And also for how's your pricing? Is it? Do you have a more like a broader range of types of this product that you offer?
Yeah, so Stipso is a SaaS company, software as a service company, and so it's a subscription model. The subscriptions are tiered along amounts of infographics you publish and amounts of traffic that come to the infographics. So we've got, it's standard good practice SaaS stuff. So there's 3 tiers at the moment for marketers. We're also working on an offering specifically for agencies. But yeah, you can see all of the details there on the website. Hopefully the website explains what we're doing quite well.
Yeah, it did for me, and this is why I'm in touch with you.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you so much, Steven.
Thank you, Till.
Yeah, it was good fun. And thanks for watching this video. If you have any question to Steven, you can reach him via email, with your website. Yeah,
so I'm on Twitter. I'm Drostyboy. That's DROSTYBOY.
Drostyboy, all right.
At Drostyboy. You can also email me at Steven with a V at Stipso. That's stipso.com. Yeah,
awesome.
Feel free to get in touch.
Yeah, and also reply to the comments on my blog or on the YouTube video, whatever you find there. I'm happy to respond. I also send the link over to Steven that he can reply. And yeah, if you want to have such a video for your software as a service company and I'm around, give me a shot. Maybe we can catch up and do the same. So thanks, Steven. I'm going to use your tool now. And
good stuff.
See to build some awesome content.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Cool. Thanks.